What's going on, guys? Welcome back here to another installment of Honest and Uneducated, the show where we talk about anything from movies, movie news, video games, comic books, collectibles, all sorts of fun stuff like that. We got a lot of stuff to break down here. We got some Spider-Man leaks. We had some Flash leaks the other day as well, and then the showrunner and writer, I think was either the writer or the showrunner of Loki, confirms that Sylvie is actually her own character. So we're going to talk about that too. We got our first kind of look-ish. So Noah Hawley was talking about the Aliens series that he's currently developing, so I'm very excited about that. We got our first kind of information about that. But nevertheless, before we get into all of it, joining me today to help break this stuff down is none other than John Knight himself. How you doing today, John?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be back on. I guess I was here last week, but I missed a week before. But lots of news to go over, lots of leaks, lots of boats that need plugged in the world of entertainment, I guess, right now.
Yeah, for sure. And then just recently too, I mean, this is kind of off the top, but Black Widow. People have seen Black Widow, so we've got reviews of
Yeah,
Black
that's
Widow.
true.
So we're
Yep.
hearing. I've. It's strange. I've heard some mixed things about it, but
Yep.
the only thing that's bummed me out about it is that, like, kind of, I was telling you this, is that unanimously, even the people who like the movie and the people who dislike the movie have all unanimously said that Taskmaster sucks. So, like, I'm kind of bummed out about that. Because, like, not that Taskmaster is some cool ass villain by any means. Like, he never really is, but he looked cool. So I was just hoping that, hoping he was cool,
I
but
mean, in theory, he's a pretty cool villain. I mean, you're talking about somebody that can mimic the abilities of or the movements of all the Avengers, but he also, I guess we'll find out what his backstory is and what his motivations are and stuff. And he may be more of a one-dimensional character. Sometimes movies have those, so it is what it is.
yeah, like, I think I heard, like, he doesn't even, like, talk, like, at all.
Mhm.
Like, he has, like, no
Which,
lines.
which to be fair, I mean we had trailers before the pandemic even hit for Black Widow released, and now we've had the entire year and a half of pandemic time where they've tried to keep the fact that Black Widow was coming out in people's minds, and we've never heard him speak. Not in any of the trailers, not in any of the, the whatever. They're not even trailers, just kind of the hype reels that they've let out for it. We've never, which. So yeah, not surprising to me that we haven't, because you would have expected somewhere along the way for there to be at least one line of dialogue to slip out from him. But
Yeah, it's just strange because he's always, like, he's normally portrayed, like, even in the Avengers game, he's a real talkative guy. And, like, even in
sure,
the Spider-Man games, he's, like, real talkative, he's kind of like a he's kind of like a cocky douche kinda personality
yeah,
normally, and, like, it's weird for them to have him pretty much just be a honestly, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't really know. That's why I'm not really saying
yeah.
spoiler alert here. It's just speculation from what I've heard, but it's an odd choice for them to have him just be this kind of, like, voiceless soldier kind of guy. So it seems like they've made him out it's just like it's like a mind-controlled assassin who just doesn't
Yeah,
has no mind of his own, just kinda is there and just does shit. I don't know.
yeah,
Not that I expected him to be great by any means, but it's just, I don't know. I don't the
yeah.
weird thing is they only ever showed Taskmaster, but he's, obviously not the main villain. So if anything, I'm more curious about who the main villain is, but, like, again, I've heard that that was kind of a letdown too. So I don't
Okay.
know. I'm worried going into it, but it's you made a good point too about something. What did you say about it? Like, like you said something like, "I don't know what people were expecting," or, like, what were you getting at? Because I kind of agreed. Like I said,
Ye-
I just wanted, like, a kind of a fun movie. I don't expect it to be like
Yeah, I mean, this is to me, Shang-Chi is the next movie that really kicks off whatever. Like, if the Infinity Saga wrapped up with Spider-Man Far From Home, if that was the what do they call it, after, Endgame was the final film, and then the it's not the,
phase.
oh god, I can't think of the word. Anyway, the epilogue, that's what I want.
Mm.
If Far From Home was the epilogue to the Infinity War saga, which was, Peter and the MCU dealing with the loss of Tony, then Shang-Chi will be the first film in whatever the next saga is, I feel like. And Black Widow is kind of like a pit stop along the way to Shang-Chi. I mean, it's a prequel, so I don't expect it to have a huge influence over the next phase of the MCU. I think it was a way for Marvel to get out a female-focused film. They should have had it out years ago. I don't know why it took them so long, but they also, I think, wanted, to give Scarlett Johansson one more chance to reprise her role and set up whatever needs to come next for that corner of the MCU. But I don't think it will have a huge impact as far as whatever the next phase is in the MCU, just because it is a prequel. Any real ramifications, over the entire line, you would have thought would have been felt in the subsequent films because it takes place between Civil War and Infinity War, from what I understand. So you would have thought
Mhm.
the repercussions from it, if there were any major ones, would have been felt in those films. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a fun interlude to keep the Marvels franchise going, and like I said, give us one last dose of Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson Black Widow before we move on.
I think, uh, I think our fellow Ohioan Chris Stuckman said that it just felt like, it felt like a movie that they made because they, like, felt like they were just had to make it as opposed to, like, they had a good story to tell and wanted to tell the story. It's like 'cause like you said, it shoulda came out, like, in 2014, this movie, so it's like
Well,
now fans pretty much have demanded the film for so long, and then so they just, like, felt, like, obligated to do it, and, like, here it
and
is. Right.
to be fair, I mean, to his point, you have Captain America. You take the original six Avengers. Hulk had his own movie at one point, even though it was Edward Norton
He
Hulk.
kicked it
Iron
off.
Man had, yeah, Iron Man had his own movie. Cap had his own movie. Thor had his own movie. The only two that didn't are Black Widow and Hawkeye. Hawkeye is getting his own series. Black Widow, after Endgame, is dead. So the only way you can kind of round out that six with each of them having their own dedicated kind of entry into the franchise is by giving her a prelude movie. So that makes, I mean, saying they felt like they had to do it kind of makes some sense.
Mhm. I'm curious too, we wouldn't really know until we see the movie, but I'm wondering if, like, maybe it would've been better suited to, like, kind of span like, do a Disney Plus series with her or something. I know Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson probably wouldn't have as much time for it as, someone else, but I mean,
sure,
either way, I'm just wondering if, like, I don't know, maybe if it could be expanded on, maybe it would, I don't know, would be a little bit better, who knows? Some things are better suited for that, some things aren't. I don't know.
sure.
We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, we only got, what, like a week now or something, and we'll be able to put our 2 cents in. Yeah, it's like next Friday, if I'm
That's
not
right.
mistaken,
Yeah,
right? Or is it on the
yeah, it
7th or the
is.
9th? Can't remember.
It's
One
the
of the 2.
ninth,
Yeah.
a week from this past Thursday, I think.
Yeah, the 9th is Friday, so we should be able to see it, like, early Thursday, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I've got tickets for Thursday
yeah.
evening. So the preview shows from Thursday night preview shows.
Yeah, I still haven't decided. I might end up just watching it here at home, in all honesty. Like, now that I've
You know,
heard,
do
like,
the
kinda mixed things
go the
about it.
Disney Plus route.
Yeah, I might. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see. Like, I don't know.
No, I've the last. I mean, Far From Home was the last MCU movie I got to see, and it's gonna be close to 2 years since I saw that. So it's time. I need to go back
True.
into the theater and see an MCU movie.
I'm definitely going to see Shang-Chi in the theater, though.
Yeah.
I gotta see
Yeah.
Abomination, and even if you're gonna be in there for 10 seconds, I gotta see I gotta see that. Like, and Fin Bang Boom, I gotta see all that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
stoked for that, so we'll see. But nevertheless, we'll be able to put our 2 cents in on whether Black Widow is a disappointment or not here in a week, so, we'll probably talk about that on stream, I imagine, because it's on a Friday. It'll
Yeah.
be on a Friday, so that'll happen next week. But nevertheless, let's start breaking down some of these topics. But do not forget, guys, you can submit topics and questions for us to address on this very show by emailing us at honestanduneducated@gmail.com. That's honestanduneducated@gmail.com. And as I said, we do streams every Friday. So next Friday, normally we start around like 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, somewhere in that area. So come hang out. We'll be talking about Black Widow, obviously. We'll talk about episode 5 of Loki, because now we have to do our, we don't have to, but we pretty much have to do our Loki reviews on Fridays now because it comes out on Wednesday. So we normally would do it on the show, but by then, the next episode's out in 2 days. So we do that there. But then we also have our collectible reviews go up every Wednesday. The most recent one I did was the Beast Kingdom Dark Knight Rises Memorial statue. So this review is up on the channels now. It's a very good piece, so you can go check that out there. Can you hear me, John?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I might be DOA. Streamlabs seems to have just froze. Even though
Can
I'm
you hear
on
me?
here. Yeah. I can hear you, but, like, I don't it's hard, like, the time is no longer ticking, and
Yeah.
my mic is not being picked up. I'm probably gonna have to relaunch Streamlabs. Give me a second. Oh my god, it's back.
Okay.
Maybe I'm still am here. Alright, cool, technical glitch. Let me go back. I'll play this back here in just a minute. That's froze again. Oh god. It'd probably be best just to go ahead and restart it. Like, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, wait, I'm back again. I'm back. We'll see if I can finish out this segment here real quick, and then we're froze again. No, we didn't freeze. Okay. Yes, collectible reviews go up every Wednesday. So if that is there, you can go check that out on the channel now. Hopefully this is all here. Actually, I don't even know if it's worth being on here now with all that stopping and go there. But nevertheless, you can go check that out. I am going to stop this really quick just to make sure that this is actually being picked up before we get into our next segment. So give me 1 second.